Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And yeah, it was kind of a messy one out there today. We did see some ice fog, some freezing fog, and also some freezing rain in Wenatchee. But as you move up in the valley, and even here as we look at Lake Chelan, which is down in the middle of your screen off of McNeil Canyon, we did see some snow flurries, especially up by Lake Wenatchee and Plain, and we are not out of the woods yet. We still have snow in our forecast, probably tonight, and then once again as we move into Super Bowl Sunday. Here's what it looks like for Sunday, and that will be Sunday through next Tuesday of next week. It looks like we could pick up about an inch or so of snow. Most of the heavier precipitation from this particular storm will be over in extreme eastern Washington, the panhandle of Idaho, and into western Montana. But one big weather feature we're keeping our eye on, much colder temperatures, and that will begin especially on Monday and into Tuesday. Look at those temperatures. Those are highs, folks, for our Tuesday. 19 degrees around the area, 24 Snoqualmie Pass. Wenatchee, we will be in the low 20s, and folks, lows Tuesday night will be near 10 degrees. And we'll have much more on the two storm systems headed our way and that colder weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. In part two of NCWLIFE's interview with Wenatchee School Board President Sunny Hemphill, she responds to allegations that the board is only looking for a Latina superintendent. And Rick Isaacson, a longtime Wenatchee area emergency services volunteer, has died. But first, we begin tonight. East Wenatchee Mayor Steve Lacy says he's going to order an independent probe into grievances by rank-and-file police officers against the department and its chief. Last week, a Teamsters Union Local 760 representative read a letter before the East Wenatchee City Council outlining officers' complaints about a perceived lack of training and other issues of concern. In that letter, they say, quote, "They have lost all trust, faith, and confidence in Chief Randy Harrison and Assistant Chief Ray Coble's ability to lead the East Wenatchee Police Department," unquote. Union Business Representative Dave Simmons announced at the meeting that 16 of 18 officers approved a no confidence vote against the chief and its assistant chief. Mayor Lacy says he plans to issue a statement soon in response to that letter.
I'm still in the process of pursuing that. I intend to make a public announcement with respect to at least my findings with respect to the contents of that letter that was read before the City Council probably in the next several days. But as far as the resolution of all the issues that have arisen that I've discovered with respect to the unrest or the dissatisfaction existing in the police department, that's going to take a lot longer. I intend to go out for an outside professional review of the department, something that we had planned to do later this year anyway, but now I've moved up the timeline on that. And as far as whatever ultimate outcomes will be for the police department in light of that review, we won't know that for 3 or 4 months.
The mayor says the review panel will be comprised of retired and former law enforcement officials from outside the area. He says that review could take several months to complete. Simmons said Lacy's actions calling for an independent investigation are appropriate. In part two of NCWLIFE's interview with Wenatchee School Board President Sunny Hemphill, she talks about a letter sent to the board by HYA, the consulting firm hired to help the district find a new superintendent. In that letter, HYA said good candidates were not applying because they'd heard the district was only interested in a Latina. Hemphill flatly denies that.
I don't want to speculate about how this particular rumor began because I really want to believe the best of everyone. Rumors are rumors, and the more lurid they are, the faster they spread.
So there's no truth to it?
No one on our board made that comment.
The consultant's letter also said candidates were reluctant to sign a waiver granting access to their past personal records because of concerns about, quote, a board dynamic that was not desirable, unquote. Hemphill said there was discussion of such a waiver, but it was never made a requirement.
That was a discussion. None of us had been through this process before, and there was a lot of anxiety about, oh my gosh, what if we hire someone and there's something hidden in their personnel record that we won't find out about until we actually hire them? And so the discussion came up, well, can we see their personnel records? And our consultant said, no, that's not a good idea. And that was the last I heard of it or thought about it.
Hemphill also discussed the dynamic on the school board that has often led to friction between members, including accusations that she, Michelle Sandberg, and Sarah Knox, all elected in 2017, were conducting board business outside regular meetings.
And I tell you what, we're all three very hard-headed, and we also all three are very ethical people. No, we're not creating board policy outside of the board.
And finally, she said she's very encouraged by the quality of applicants for the superintendent job.
Our superintendent search process is actually going incredibly well. We have brilliant candidates. I couldn't possibly be happier. And we are very excited for the next step in the process. I believe we are going to find a really incredible superintendent for Wenatchee schools.
A longtime Wenatchee area emergency services volunteer has died. You may remember Rick Isaacson for the work he performed as a public information officer during many disasters in Chelan and Douglas County.
We have a approximately 100-acre fire down here in the Monitor area at this little junction where Easy Street pours out onto Highway 2. The fire is to the north of us and running to the east.
The man was just incredible. He has been actively involved with the Wenatchee Police Department's VIPS program, the American Red Cross. He was a board member there. He volunteered with the Chelan County Sheriff's Office and their emergency management, search and rescue. And he was so active with the Chelan County Fire District 1 department. He has created a lot of holes right now, and he's going to be severely missed.
That's Chelan County Fire District 1 Assistant Chief Mike Burnett commenting on Isaacson's passing. Isaacson moved to the Wenatchee Valley after retiring as a sergeant with the Everett Police Department. He recently celebrated his 11th anniversary with Chelan County Search and Rescue. He's being recognized as a dedicated volunteer to many local organizations, including the Red Cross, Wenatchee Police Department VIPs, and the Chelan County Fire Department. Coming up next, the Washington Apple Commission, along with several other agriculture groups, will share over $200 million in federal funds to help them deal with the impacts of ongoing foreign trade disputes. One of the biggest fundraising events of the year is coming up at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and Megan McPherson will be in to let us know about all there is to do around the Wenatchee Valley this weekend. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Dear Mary Maids, just got home from a trade show and I didn't have time to pick up the house. Kids made chili. Jeff did a mud run. Oh, and Winston shredded Teddy's bed. Again, please clean it the best you can. Oh, except for the statue Max made for me. Thanks, Abby.
Hi, Abby. Clean kitchen, clean bath, clean floor, naughty cat. Poor Teddy. The statue is precious. You should keep it forever. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Hi, Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. When you think of Alpine Air in Wenatchee, think of professional, friendly customer service for all your heating and cooling needs. Alpine Air partners with carrier manufacturers of some of the best heating and air conditioning equipment available today. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Visit our store in Wenatchee, meet our people, see our shop. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back. In another news, the Washington Apple Commission, along with several other agriculture groups, will share over $200 million in federal funds to help them deal with the impacts of ongoing foreign trade disputes. The Apple Commission will receive $8.4 million from the Agricultural Trade Promotion Program, or ATP. The program is designed to help U.S. agricultural exporters develop new markets and will help mitigate the adverse effects of other countries' tariff and non-tariff barriers. The ATP provides cost-share assistance for consumer advertising, public relations, point-of-sale demonstrations, participation in trade fairs and exhibits, market research, and technical assistance. In addition, the package also included the Market Facilitation Program to provide payments to farmers harmed by retaliatory tariffs and a food purchase and distribution program to assist producers of targeted commodities. Well, one of the biggest fundraising events of the year is coming up at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson tells us more.
Hey guys, Megan here with the NCWLIFE channel. We are here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Renee, you guys have an auction coming up, is that correct?
We do, Megan. On February 16th, we're going to have our annual auction for the animals, and this year's theme is really fun. It's going to be the hero, so we're encouraging community members to be the hero to the animals, but also to dress up like their favorite superhero and come have a lot of fun with us.
Awesome. So when is it?
It's February 16th. Doors open at 5, and then silent auction and games start at 5:30.
And where's it at?
It's going to be at Wenatchee Convention Center. Tickets are just $65, and they're available online or at the shelter.
The auction will include dinner, a boardwalk-style games, event-themed cocktails, in both a silent and live auction featuring travel packages, culinary experiences, and sports memorabilia. Time now for NCWLIFE's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the events going on this weekend.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The Follies' 70th anniversary is this Friday and Saturday at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. Come for a jubilant time filled with music, singing, and dancing. Follies is a spectacular variety show featuring local talent, sponsored by local businesses and individuals, and directed by the amazing Jamie Donegan to raise funds for the Wenatchee Valley Follies Guild and Children's Foundation. A sacred concert by Duke Ellington is this Friday at 7 p.m. at Grace Lutheran Church. This is a joint free concert presented by Grace Lutheran Church Music Ministries and the Wenatchee Big Band. It will feature Ray Foster, soprano soloist, Grace Oralo tap dancer, and the Grace Lutheran Voices of Grace with the Wenatchee Big Band. And finally, Legally Blonde the Musical, presented by Kashmir High School Drama, is this Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. in the Kashmir Middle School Auditorium. Tickets may be purchased at the Kashmir High School office or at the door. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Hey everyone, so today I'm tackling Medical Assistant Ninja, trying to get that next level career. Man, this dead-end job is holding me back. Decision time, I'm going charter college. Now I'm a medical assistant student. Rocking it? Yeah, earned the President's Award. Score! Took my career to the next level. Hey, I can level up to Medical Assistant Ninja, so can you. Get on it.
Eastern Washington. It's a great place to call home and a great time to own a home. It's the ideal place to lay down roots for your family and your future. Gisa Credit Union thinks Eastern Washington is a great place to own a home, too. That's why we offer all kinds of home loans with personal attention every step of the way. We're your home. For home loans, we're Gisa Credit Union.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. A light-hearted feature story for you tonight. All across the country, superintendents and school administrators are trying to be creative with snow day announcements. Here's an example, and we'll let you decide how good they are. Take a look.
All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back and the roads will glisten. Polar vortex has a hold of us tightly. Wind like a harpoon daily and nightly. Will the power stop? No, I don't know. Turn up the heat and let go. Sleep falling down like a million missiles. Bringing school delays and early dismissals. Dance!
Oh, it's here, that ice cold, that winter storm, that white snow. This calls for them good girls, them good boys for school today. Calling, texting, sending it out through Mo Valley. Well, on Tuesday at home you'll stay after listening to my ditty. And we're closed Tuesday till the roads are cleared by the snowplow man. And we're closed Tuesday.
I wanted to just do a quick video announcement. I know that one of the things that's been happening, which is an epidemic across our country, is that superintendents and other administrators are coming up with ridiculous songs, and they're playing music and putting sunglasses on and making absolute fools of themselves trying to cancel school for a snow day. And seems like we have
Wait. Let me reiterate that we are not going to humiliate ourselves by singing a snow day song.
I don't honestly know what happened. I mean, I can't stand it when people sing about snow day songs.
I heard about a winter storm. It's cold and dreary, stay home, stay warm. It's cold and it's a snowy winter morning. It goes like this: when the snow hits, the buses can't get out of it. It's cold and it's a snowy winter morning. It's a snow day, a winter cold day. Stay home and just play. It's a great family day.
Impressive. Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get into the details for your weather for Super Bowl Sunday, let's take a look outside our weather window. And this afternoon, this was the kind of sky that we saw all over North Central Washington, with some fog, low-hanging clouds, even a little bit of freezing rain in the Wenatchee area. Also some snow showers up around Plain and the Lake Wenatchee area. Right down here, Lake Chelan, as we take a look at the beautiful countryside around Lake Chelan from our McNeil Canyon Sky-Fi Tower camera. And you can see there's the lake back here that extends all the way around, and some freezing rain around the Chelan area as well. And that will be our scenario at least through the rest of tonight, and then things quiet down a little bit as we get into Saturday. But today it wasn't very warm, almost a carbon copy of yesterday. 31, our high temperature. That's 7 degrees below where we should be, which is 38. 28 was our overnight low, just slightly above 26, which is our normal low temperature. Record high was back in 2005 at 52 degrees. Record low, 1996. 10 below zero. Just a trace of precipitation today. That will change as we move into tomorrow and especially into Sunday and Monday. We'll update that as we meet again on Monday night. 7:27 was our sunrise this morning, and the sun will set tonight, or set this afternoon at 5:02. Let's put that surface loop in motion now and show you just what we can expect, and there's lots to get to. A 40% chance of rain and snow tonight as this system continues to push through the state. This is our next weather maker that we're keeping our eye on. That's right now just off the Northern California coastline. That will begin to swing up some moisture into parts of the Intermountain West, but we're changing to our temperature map. Look at some of these temperatures for Saturday. That's about 50, maybe even 60 degrees in parts of southeastern Washington. But then things change again on Sunday as our next round of storminess moves in. Mostly cloudy skies. We'll see a 30% chance for mainly rain showers on Sunday, mainly because we're going to be fairly warm Sunday afternoon. And then Monday, a little better chance for some rain mixed with snow and much cooler air. You can see our ridge beginning to buckle a little bit just on the Canadian border. That will allow cold air to funnel down. And by Tuesday, mostly sunny. These are temperatures below zero, and we are just on the ring here. Spokane, overnight lows could dip down into the negative numbers Tuesday night. Wednesday, not much of an improvement. Sunny and cold. We will see high temperatures only in the low to mid-20s. This area of high pressure is grabbing that Arctic air and just slinging it right back down into Washington State. And then another storm system moves in by the end of next week. 30% chance of snow, and it will stay cold on Thursday. Probably as you look ahead into Friday and maybe next weekend as well. So get ready for a pretty good cold stretch all of next week. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight, we'll drop down to a fairly mild 30 degrees. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of rain and snow overnight, maybe into Saturday morning too, but I'll tell you, Saturday afternoon looks great. Mostly sunny. We'll see a high temperature of 42 degrees. Super Bowl Sunday, really not bad, but doesn't matter. We'll be all watching the game anyway. Mostly cloudy, a 30% chance of rain, and 38. And here's where our cool down comes into play. We'll see a 40% chance for rain and snow on Monday and 30 degrees. 16 our overnight low on Monday, and it gets even colder on that for Tuesday. 24 degrees for a high, 11 degrees our overnight low on Tuesday. Wednesday cold at 26, and then maybe some snow showers and a little bit warmer on Thursday with a high by then at 29 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
I'm working today.
I have got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Finally Friday. Let's check the Les Schwab men's college basketball scoreboard from last night. Gonzaga had no trouble with BYU shutting down the Cougars 93-63. Brandon Clark scored 23 points. Rui Hachimura had 20 to help the Bulldogs improve to 20-2 on the season. Les Schwab Prep girls basketball scoreboard from last night. Cashmere won its 40th straight Caribou Trail League game dating back to 2016 with an 87-18 win over Cascade last night. It was also Chelan downing Tonasket 50-28. Cascade Christian forfeited to Easton, so that goes down officially as 1-0. And Entiat had no trouble with Wilson Creek winning 71-31. On the Les Schwab boys basketball scoreboard from last night, Cashmere beat Cascade 65-45 to claim the regular season Caribou Trail League title. Entiat stopped Wilson Creek 74-27, and Chelan got 27 points from Quinn Stamps, 24 for Connor Wilson, and an 80-67 win at Tonasket. Coming up on the prep schedule for today, well, local bowlers are over at the WIAA State Championship at Narrows Plaza Bowl in University Place. Eastmont is the two-time defending state champs. Wenatchee won it back in 2016. Ladies began earlier today with the first of 6 regular games. Then tomorrow they'll have 14 Bakers to bowl starting at 10 o'clock. We should know a state champion by 1 in the afternoon. Keep an eye on our Facebook page for more on that. Best of luck to Alicia Hastings, Brittany Hastings, Colby Hull, Daylin Thomas, Megan Lindell, Samantha Hines, and Sky Wilson representing Eastmont. The Panthers are Emily Groth, Hannah Johnson, Holly Shipley, Jaden Thompson, Jessica Holbrook, Kyla Hankins, and Maddie Monroe. Good luck to the ladies. It's district time for area wrestlers starting today. The 4A District 6 Championship starts Eisenhower High School tonight. They'll resume that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. The 1A District Tournament is happening at the Caribou Trail League at Cashmere High School. That starts tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. The District 6 Swimming and Diving Championships began at Moses Lake yesterday with the swimming prelims. The diving prelims happening today. And then tomorrow, the finals starting at 11 o'clock. That's in Moses Lake. Coming up on the girls' basketball schedule for tonight, it is a fairly busy slate. Omak plays at Chelan. Eastmont's on the road at Davis, while we have Wenatchee hosting Ike right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant Olson with your play-by-play. Brewster hosts Manson, and Waterville Mansfield's on the road at Bridgeport for a little late start time. Boys basketball schedule tonight looks very similar. Chelan hosting Omak. Eastmont's on the road at Davis. We'll have Wenatchee and Eisenhower right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Brewster hosting Manson at 7:30. It'll be an 8 o'clock start time for Waterville Mansfield at Bridgeport. Coming up tomorrow, it gets a little slimmer. Manson is at Oroville in girls basketball at 6. Waterville Mansfield hosts Lake Roosevelt also at 6 o'clock. And on the boys' side tomorrow, those two matchups again. Manson, and Oroville tip it up at 7:30. And while the Shockers and Raiders will tip it up also 7:30. Not to be forgotten, no, the Wenatchee and Eastmont cheer squads will be leaving today. In fact, they're already on their way for tomorrow's state championship cheer competition that's happening at Battleground High School, where they'll be competing all day long. The Wenatchee Wild are in Penticton tonight to battle one of the best teams in the BCHL. They are taking on the Penticton V's, who lead the interior division with 67 points. That's second only to Chilliwack in the entire BCHL. The Chiefs have 71 points. Wenatchee snapped its 4-game losing streak Wednesday with a win at Merritt, and coming into tonight's game with 59 points is good enough for third in the interior division. The Wild return home tomorrow to host Vernon on Guns and Hoses night, with a game between local fire and police starting at 5. The game for the Vernon Vipers and the Wenatchee Wild starts at 7 o'clock. Finally, Super Bowl 53, just 2 days away, finally. The Los Angeles Rams take on the New England Patriots. This is New England's 8th Super Bowl appearance in the last 17 of these games. Patriots will be looking for their 6th title in team history. The Rams won the last title for them back when they were St. Louis in 2000, knocking off Tennessee. You remember that game, 23-16. The Tennessee came, a yard short from scoring the game winner. Sunday's game, by the way, kicks off at 3:30. Of course, all the pregame shows probably start about 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. By the way, the average cost for a 30-second commercial in the Super Bowl, $5.05 million. Start running up that math in your head on Sundays. You're watching all the commercials. Somebody's making a lot of money, CBS, namely. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And that's going to do it for us tonight. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.